What up, guys? It is technically 11:52 on Wednesday night, and I have not recorded a vlog yet for you, as you know, about the questions that you've been asking. And so what I just went through, what I just did is I went through all the videos and wrote down questions that you guys had asked. I have my monitor right here in front of me, and I have all these questions written down, so at least I have them somewhere that I can refer back to them, which will make it that much easier for me to do questions now, aka I'm going to go ahead and answer some questions that you've been asking. So technically it's not yet past midnight, so this counts as a Wednesday video, but by the time it gets uploaded it'll probably be technically Thursday. I don't know, it's like for those of you who are East Coast or elsewhere in the world, it's already Thursday for you, so it doesn't really count, but that's okay. So let's just do this. Let's get to it. Alright, so Elisa, I think it's Elisa, hit me up on Facebook, and you guys can post these questions wherever. I'll try and keep a log. If you put them on the video, it'll be best because I can then refer back to one place and maybe won't miss it. I mean, if you need to, you can also post it on like the Facebook or hit me up on Twitter. And you can just say it's a question for the vlogs, I guess. Okay, Elisa hit me up and was asking, what is my P.O. box? Because she wants to send me something for my birthday. And that's actually a really good question. I always have to keep looking it back up when I go check my P.O. box. So it is a very good question to ask. My P.O. box is, if you want to send me something, for example, she was inquiring because my birthday is coming up. My birthday is later this month. Actually, someone was asking me that, when is my birthday? Bamferia, or Bamferia, I'm not sure which one it is. I'm going to go with Bamferia. Was asking when my birthday is. It is February 22nd, and that's in about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. And so my P.O. box is, you send something to TJ Smith, P.O. Box 88788, Los Angeles, California 90009. So it's 3 zeros in the middle. And I will try to remember to put that in the description box so that you can see it and refer to it and not have to actually watch this video to get it, because I know it's easier when you see things in writing and you can just copy them. But yeah, so that's Elisa's question. And Legendary Halo Warrior asked, what is my favorite pizza topping? I love pineapple pizza. I think I might be weird because of that, but I love pineapple pizza. It's sweet, and it mixes nicely with the cheese and the saltiness of pizza and the bread. And I just like fruit because it's healthy. And the meat on pizza is usually not very healthy. Like sausage and pepperoni, they're very fatty meats. Chicken, I don't know about the chicken actually on pizza, so I can't say for sure on that. The veggies, there's definitely some nutrition in them, but there's so few. And the pineapple, it's very few, but, I really love pineapple pizza. I first discovered pineapple pizza in high school. And almost every single person I've introduced it to has loved it as well. They're like, oh my god, this is really good. There's a couple people who remain adamant that they don't like it, but I think they're just trying to hide the fact that I was right. My favorite chocolate bar, she also, I don't know, Legendary Halo Warrior, I actually don't know if you're a guy or a girl. It doesn't really matter. I think you're awesome either way, but I don't know. So I'm just going to, Legendary Halo Warrior asks, what is my favorite chocolate bar? I like Three Musketeers. I'm allergic to peanuts. Not deathly, just very mildly, but I'm allergic to peanuts. So I don't really eat the peanut bars. Peanuts, in Snickers or other things. So I go for Milky Ways. Although peppermint patties are really good too. Yeah. It's not necessarily a chocolate bar though. Have I heard of cosplay or done it? Yes, I have heard of cosplay. In fact, I do cosplaying in some of my videos, actually. it's in my Legend of Zelda videos, and I dress up as Link. And in my Assassin's Creed gaming videos, I dress up as an assassin. And did I do it in anything else? I can't really do it for Dead Space, because he wears like a full suit of armor. But yeah, I like to call those series the Let's Cosplays, because it's a Let's Play and it's cosplay, so let's cosplay. Get it? And wanted to know the biscuit and microwave story. So when I say biscuit, I mean like a flaky, delicious, buttery goodness piece of dough. I think biscuit in Europe or England or the U. I was just learning about if it's UK or versus Great Britain or what, United Kingdom of Great Britain, so the UK. They refer to it as a cookie, or they think of it as a cookie, but to Americans, it's a biscuit is something completely different. So I put a biscuit in the microwave when I was visiting my mom in Houston, most recently in September, I think it was, and or maybe it was August, and it more or less caught on fire. I put it in there for like a minute, which to me is not very long. And I opened it up, and like it was like billowing smoke and like blackened, and like it was like, I don't know, I didn't see any flames because there was so much smoke, but like if there's that much smoke, like you pretty much figure that there's something on fire. But yeah, I just put it in a microwave, and apparently one should not do that. Don't go do it. I know you're thinking about going to do it now, but don't. Serious, I'm watching you. Put it down. Put it down. Bluery asked, should y'all ask questions after any vlog or just after this one? You can ask questions after any vlog, not just on this one. Any vlog, if you have a question, drop it. I will respond. I'll do my best to respond to it. I got a list here. I'm going to try and do 3 to 5 each time, okay? Just so I can make sure that I don't run out. It can be a short question, it can be a long question, you can ask for a story, you can ask for information, you can ask for truth or dare. I don't know if I'll do it, but you can ask. Ziprit, aka Trisha, asked, this will be a good question to wrap up with, and then I'll tell you about the day, I guess. She asked, how did I feel about moving from Yale to Los Angeles? And she has a couple follow-up questions too. So I graduated college. It's very interesting. Now that I look back and I hear what everyone else has done with their life, this seems really unusual, but to me it was just like, oh yeah, this is what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I graduated college 2010, May, and I stayed in New Haven, which is where Yale is, in Connecticut, which is next to New York. Now, a lot of people don't know where Yale is. And I helped make a feature-length movie, 90 minutes, with Kurt Schneider, my friend, who I went to college with, who's a big YouTuber, Kurt Hugo Schneider. And he and I and a lot of other people I was an assistant producer on it, made this movie called College Musical, based on the web series that Kurt created and recorded and put online. You can actually find it online. It's on YouTube. It's where he put it, called College Musical as well. So I think the movie was called College Musical, the movie. We made this film, and it took us about, all told, 2 months, 1 month of planning and then 1 month of shooting. I mean, it took even longer than that for planning. They started that months in advance. So I stayed there for the summer, and we shot the whole movie in 30 days, which is pretty fast, especially for amateur crew. And then around the first week of August, I went back to Cincinnati, which is where my family was at that point, and stayed with them for about a week or two, and then drove out to Los Angeles in a car with my mom so that I could have a car, out in LA. And then I had coordinated with one of my best friend at Yale. His name's Connor. You've probably seen him in videos. He's in the I'm in Love with Halo music video. He's the Master Chief, and he's also he's dressed as the Master Chief, but then we also have him as one of the football players, or capture the flag players, later on. So he's my best friend from college, and we coordinated. I knew that I was going to move out to LA, and he is doing Teach for America and was going to go do it. Moved out here, started training, and then found some other Teach for America people to live with. They found a big house. They saved me a room. I met them on Skype at one point, and I moved out there and moved in. I was about a month late. I think I paid rent on that first month. I don't remember. But so I had it all planned out. I was very lucky that one of my best friends was moving to the same city as I was. It was not really close to where I wanted to be. It was about 30 or 40 miles away. Is it that far? Probably. Yeah. It's about 30 or 40 miles away from Hollywood. LA is a big town. I lived in Redondo Beach. So I was very lucky that he was going to move out anyways, and found a place, and kept me in mind, and it all worked out. I have moved around a lot in my life, so moving specifically from Los Angeles to LA was not a big change. I grew up in Texas. I went to one school for preschool. Okay, then I went to a different school for elementary school, 1st through 6th grade. Then I went to a completely different school for 7th grade. None of my friends went there. Then I moved to Utah for 8th grade. Then I moved to Ohio for 9th grade. So growing up, I went to 5 different schools. At one point, I was at one school for 6th grade. 7th grade was a different school. 8th grade was a different school. And 9th grade was a different school. So I, 4 different schools in 4 years. I've also moved around the country. At that point, I'd lived in 3 different states. In Cincinnati, I lived in 2 different houses, so I've grown up in 4 different houses prior to college. And then after that, and then in college, then I moved to New Haven, so that's, another place in another state. So it's, 6 schools, I guess, at that point. Then after college, you got to move somewhere else, So, but in between, even during the summers, I lived in different places. My freshman year, summer after my freshman year, I moved back to Cincinnati, worked as a lifeguard. I think I worked as a lifeguard the summer before college as well. So I just picked up what I was doing before. Worked as a lifeguard, and I worked at Hollister. Then the summer after sophomore year, I went to... What did I do that summer? I stayed in New Haven and worked at the admissions office. Had a lot of fun there. Then the summer after junior year, I moved to LA, lived here for 3 months. I took a music class at UCLA. It didn't count for credit for Yale. It was just I wanted music courses at Yale are very difficult, and they're very classical based, theory based kind of stuff, and I wanted something more modern. So I took a music class at UCLA. It was about music production and design and recording. And because I didn't know theory, I didn't really like theory. I think it's very important, but once you got the basics, once you take theory 101 and 102, you've got the basics, maybe another class or 2. But at that point, you've got what you need in terms of music writing and understanding music. And if you continue on, you're probably going to be... It's probably because you're more focused on writing modern, contemporary music, which is much weirder than classical music. I think everyone can agree on that. It's very, very different. It's art. It's modern art, which is usually always going to be weird. But, it's awesome, too, at the same time. It's creativity, it's design, it's expression. It's cool. So I came to LA. I made friends with a teacher. He was pretty cool. My first name is Taylor, right? There were 3 other Taylors in the class, and they were all dudes. So I went by TJ, of course. And there was Taylor Lapari, and I stayed in contact with him off and on through the years, even after that summer. And now, he's the guy who makes the music with me, so that's pretty cool. And so then I had my senior year. Then I lived, and during, like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't really like moving, but I've moved so many times in my life. I think I've lived in a total of like 20 or 25 different places. If you think about like literal places you live, like the apartment or the house or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's like 20 to 25. I'll count it real quick. Okay, one house in Arlington until we moved to Utah. Then Utah house, then Ohio house 1, then Ohio house 2. Okay. Then we've got freshman year dorm. Then back to Cincinnati for that next summer, same house. Then we've got sophomore year dorm. I might come up short. This is going to be embarrassing if I do. Sophomore year dorm. Sophomore year summer is a different place. I also lived in an interim place at the end of sophomore year because I was working graduation. I was an usher at graduation. So that place, I had to move all my stuff and live out of there for a month. Okay, then we have the summer. Then we have junior year dorm. And then junior year is LA. And I lived in Connor's aunt's place for a month. Then I was dog sitter in a house for a month. Where are we at? 11 now? Then, so I had to move all my stuff again. Then I don't know if there's something else after that. I don't think there is. So then we go back and we do senior year. Oh, wait. Did we talk about, there was another, no, sorry. That junior year I was also an usher again. So sophomore and junior year I was another place. Yes, okay. Yeah, okay, we're good. 12. Senior, we already talked about junior, right? I'm losing track. Senior year, I know you guys can keep track because you just listen to me, but I'm having to think through it with my brain. Senior year, dorm. If I forget something, you can just correct me in the comments, and I will believe you. Senior year, dorm. I did not have a transitionary place senior year. So then, at the end of senior year, because I wasn't an usher, because I was graduating at graduation, not working it. Then when we were doing the film, I lived in one place. Did I move during that? I have a feeling that I moved. First I did live somewhere else. First I lived at the Sigma Nu house. It was a frat house. And it was really funny living in a frat house because I was not in a fraternity in college. Sigma Nu house. Did I live anywhere else before? No, I think I just claimed the room in Sigma Nu and just stayed there. Yeah, that's what I did. So if you look at like my Wonderwall medley or my Lady Gaga medley or my Find Your Love song, I recorded those in my Sigma Nu house room. Okay, so we got that. Then I moved back to Cincinnati for 2 weeks and then moved out to LA in the Redondo house. So now we're at 15. Then I lived with Kurt. This is also ties into one of her other questions. Sorry, this is a really long answer to this question. Then lived in the Redondo house. Lived in an apartment in, where did we live first? We lived in an apartment in Culver. No, it was a house in Culver with a friend for 2 months. 1 month? 2 months. Then an apartment, so it's going to be closer to 20. A house in Culver, an apartment in Westwood. These are all LA places. Then my apartment with Kurt, and then my current apartment with George. So 24 places I've currently lived. And there's probably 1 or 2 that I forgot along the way. But that's fun. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. I've moved around a lot. It's always a hassle, but that's also probably part of the reason why I like to change things up so much. and I've met a lot of people and seen a lot of the country. Kind of like helps you not get too concerned about things. You don't let, I think it has helped make me not worry about the little things too much, because I've been able, and also, I don't know, because like there's so much else going on in the world. There's so many other people out there. Like it doesn't make sense to let little things bother you more than you can help, you know, because there's tons of awesome people out there. You just got to go find them, and they're few and far between. You know, there's only, for every 50 people, there's only like, you know, maybe 5 or less awesome people. At Yale, there was a higher concentration, you know. I think people who enjoy learning and trying hard and taking risks, you know, that kind of stuff. In Utah, there's a lot of awesome people too. Utah people are so nice. I think it's the Mormons. I think it's because of the Mormons. Mormons are so nice. If you ever meet a Mormon, you'll probably just be like, wow, you're just so genuine and nice. Hopefully, I hope for your sake. It'd be not cool to meet someone who's not nice. Wow, we're already over 20 minutes. Is that right? I think so. I'm not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. There's like a seconds timer on this video. So when it hits 600, yeah, we're over 20 minutes. 600 seconds would be 10 minutes, right? And then 1,200 minutes would be 20 minutes. 1,200 seconds would be 20 minutes. So there you go. Okay, I'll try and wrap this up. So I enjoyed moving from Yale to LA because I was really excited. I was also kind of like, I was ready to go to college when I was like 16. I was like, I'm so done with high school. I just want to go to college, be around people who are more like me. I'm weird. I know that. I want to get around people who are more like me and out of this high school. And I got there and it was awesome. I loved it. And then, you know, during college, I was like, you know, by the end of college, I didn't think that would really happen. But like towards, you know, beginning of senior year, I was like, okay, I'm ready to move on. This college has been great. I don't dislike it. I very much enjoy it and love it, but I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for the next thing. It's like playing your favorite game or listening to your favorite song or watching your favorite movie. You know, you can enjoy it so many times and you're like, you know, I don't hate it, or maybe I'm tired of it right now, who knows. But I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready for the sequel. I'm ready to go back to other stuff. You know, I'm ready just to move on. This is how life goes. So I was ready to move on. And like at the job, you know, at my job that I was just at, for the past couple months, you know, I've been like, I don't dislike my job. I enjoy, especially the people. I love the people there. But like the tasks that I was doing was not fulfilling to me. And I was like, I'm just ready for the next thing. I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to do the next phase of life. So yeah. She also asks, Trisha asks, how did I support myself? I had a little bit of money saved up from doing the film. I was paid not very much, but like, you know, a couple $100 is better than nothing. I'd also worked jobs at school. I was a master's aide, as they're called. More or less like a secretary for one of the guys who runs the residential colleges, kind of like the houses in Harry Potter. Which means I got to sit in front of a computer and do homework all day and get paid to do it. And then when someone would walk in, I'd help them out and fix their problem. But otherwise, I was getting paid to do homework, and it was totally okay. So I had a little bit of savings. Then I got here.